It's scary and intimidating to pick that first stock to trade. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things you should be focusing on. Be sure to subscribe to our channel below to get notified as soon as the next video hit. And also, comment below. One of the biggest reasons I was drawn to trading, I used to be a part-time trader, sold my business, went into trading full-time because I loved the freedom. Is that what drew you to trading? The freedom? Comment below, yes or no, if that's what has attracted you to trading. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 criteria you should be breaking down before you enter any stock trade. Number 1 thing you should be looking at with every stock is read and interpret the news. Most stocks that are what we call in play will have some sort of news. Now, you'll also see a lot of stocks that make big moves on no news. I would say, especially as a new or aspiring trader, you should avoid the stocks that lack news. It can be attractive, especially in low float stock land. And if you don't know what I mean by low float stocks, be sure to check out some of our other videos. I talk about it a lot. But low float stocks can move big without news. But lots of times they're random moves. They can be scary to new traders. So number 1 step, if you're looking for that next trade, use your stock scans in StocksToTrade. Look for those stocks with news. And when I talk about legitimate news, quote unquote real news, look for those earnings announcements, contract wins, new product announcements, substantial news that can get traders excited, but ignore those stocks without news. Tip number 2 is look for momentum stocks breaking those chart levels. You're going to look for whether that be an intraday with an A breakout. That means a stock that's spiked early in the day, held its gains, and then broke to new highs during the day, or even 30-day breakouts, 90-day breakouts, or my favorite is a 1-year breakout, what we call a 52-week high. You'll hear that term over and over and over again. So if I can find a stock with number 1, news, substantial news, number 2, an intraday breakout, pushing new highs, especially later in the day, and then it's also a 52-week high, that is the recipe for a solid trade setup. Third tip that I really like, especially when you're trying to winnow down your list of stocks, think about it. There's 16,000 publicly traded stock. Each day, there's going to be hundreds of stocks with news, and then you're going to have 10, 20, 50, 100 stocks that are breaking those key levels as well. What I like to do is focus on sectors that I believe in, or maybe I have seen past momentum. You know, we had a stock the other day that was a big runner on the day, was moving huge, but their product was tool belts, okay? I'm a weekend handyman. I have a couple tool belts, but it's not exactly a sexy sector. It's not something that gets people excited. Think about the weed stocks we've seen. Think about biotechs, green energy, cloud computing, social media. These are all things that you probably use, things that you're excited about. Focus on those sectors. One of my favorite sector that I like to joke about is like the old line retailers. Look at the stock charts of JCPenney, Sears, etc. Those are not stocks to necessarily get excited about, and that's the market follows. They don't run. Look for those hot sectors. Look for stocks that are attractive to you. Social media, etc. Those are, everybody uses them. Everybody can get behind the idea. The fourth thing that I would really caution you on, and this is something to actually avoid, I know the list was things to look for, but avoid taking picks, okay? When I say picks, that could be an email newsletter, that could be somebody on TV, that could be a chat room, that could be somebody on Twitter. What I want you to do is work on your own ideas. You will never be successful in trading over time using someone else's idea, taking that hot stock pick. You might win here and there, but it's not sustainable, and it's not something that you can replicate over time. Because think about it. Maybe you've got a newsletter, maybe you've made 2 or 3 good trades, but what if there's no more trade alerts? What if the newsletter goes away? What are you going to do a year from now, 10 years from now? You need to work on your own process, and I say one of the biggest things that's attractive to new traders is chasing those picks. Break that habit. Break it as quickly as you can. The fifth and last tip I would tell you to do is focus on the chart. In StocksToTrade Pro, I joke, but it's kind of the truth, but I joke a little bit. I tell everybody to look at charts till their eyes bleed. Now, I don't want your eyes to actually bleed, but I would like your eyes to maybe be bloodshot and a little teary at the end of the day. But look at those charts, annotate those charts, review trades that have worked in the past or that you've saved in the past. You need to look for those patterns, and the only way you'll recognize them is to review, and look at them over and over and over again. I know it doesn't sound fun. It isn't fun. But nothing worth having is easy in the beginning. You got to put that work in, whether you're looking to lose weight or build some other skill, lift 300 pounds, whatever your goal is. You need to take incremental process towards that. And the best way is to look at those charts over and over and over again. I can very quickly, 12 years in, look at a chart and I'm like, oh, I'm interested in this one. No, I'm not interested in that one. So when you've got hundreds of stocks moving on the day, you need to be able to quickly cycle through them and get rid of the ones you don't want to trade and get down to that small list of the chart patterns you are looking to trade. So these are the top 5 things you should be looking at before you trade any stock. Remember, it's a process. Work on your process. It could be different than mine, but have a process. Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to comment below with any trading related question. We love answering your questions. Also, like and share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to be notified as soon as our next video hits. And if you're looking to expand your trading knowledge, don't forget to check out all of our other videos, and be sure to click the trial below. Check out StocksToTrade. I think it is one of the best, most rapidly advancing softwares out there. Be sure to check out our trial.